finally able to get our first look at the iPhone 12 Pro Max for ourselves in person at a hands-on event here in New York. This is the big boy. This is Apple's highest end flagship of this year's lineup. It's got all the bells and whistles. The iPhone 12 Pro Max features a 6.7-inch screen, making it the biggest screen Apple's ever put on an iPhone. It also has a new flat edge design, no longer slightly curved towards the edges, making it feel a little bit more like an iPad or a very tiny iPad. That comparison is not unjustified. This thing feels huge to hold. For me, I am someone with smaller hands than most people, and it was harder for me to reach letters like the A across the screen with just one hand. I really need two hands to be typing comfortably on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. However, though, the stainless steel and glass finish on this thing does feel a lot more premium than the likes of the iPhone 12 and the 12 mini, which are more aluminum builds. The iPhone 12 Pro Max, like the rest of the new iPhone 12s, features a ceramic shield covering that Apple says is up to 4 times stronger than previous iPhones, which use Gorilla Glass. And this 6.7-inch display is an OLED screen, which promises better colors, contrast ratios, and brightness. And in the sunlight that was streaming into our demo area, it was easy enough to read things on the iPhone 12 Pro Max's screen. The 12 Pro Max has 3 cameras. It's got that standard 12 megapixel wide and ultra wide, but also a telephoto that lets you get an up to 2.5 times zoom on your subject. And we tested this out in the sprawling demo area. I mean, it works. I can't tell you offhand or right now what the photo qualities are just yet because it was a very controlled testing area with good light and everything. I love to take this out in the dark or shooting some buildings from a rooftop, for example, just to see actually how good the quality is here. But from what I saw at the event, things look good. Apple also says it's used its Deep Fusion AI to improve some of the photo processing here. Once again, I can't tell you just at first glance without comparison to previous photos how much better this is than before, but once again, they did look good. Another thing that the Pro Max does is it shoots in 4K at 60 frames per second and in Dolby Vision, making it the first phone to shoot in this format. I feel like that might be overkill for a lot of people, but if you've been looking for a phone that can shoot in HDR, this might be it for you. Keeping things running in the iPhone 12 Pro Max is the 5nm A14 Bionic chipset, which promises super fast speeds and good battery life. Again, these are things that we can't really test in a controlled hands-on environment, so please stay tuned for our full review to find out more. But just right off the bat, from what I can tell so far, things fly on this phone. It's as fast as you'd expect a high-end phone to behave. And of course, the iPhone 12 Pro Max is compatible with the new MagSafe ecosystem of accessories that Apple introduced as well. This means you can magnetically attach things like card holders or wireless chargers or other cases to your phone. And this worked really nicely during my hands-on. I mean, we've already seen this work with the wireless charger in our iPhone 12 and 12 Pro review. And it was just nice to be able to swap in card holders and other cases. Although it did require a fair amount of force to pull the card holder off of the phone, I'm not sure this is sturdy enough to say stick in your purse or pocket and expect the card holder to not move at all. So we'll really have to test it out in more real-world situations to see for ourselves. At $1,100 to start, the iPhone 12 Pro Max is a pretty expensive phone, but it's also the Apple phone that comes with all of the bells and whistles. It might be a bit of overkill for some people. Most people might not need that additional telephoto lens, but if you're someone that gets pretty crazy with your mobile photography and want everything that Apple has to offer, this might be a good one to check out. I would caution against spending any money until you read our full reviews though, so that you know just how this thing will behave in the real world. For that and all of our in-depth coverage on phones, tablets, wearables, and laptops, please make sure you subscribe to Engadget. And as always, thank you for watching.